Marking 60 years of independence, that was on Sunday, he did mention that he will not stop Tanzanian rice from hitting the Ugandan market. Well, most of the traders in Uganda believe that we should not be importing rice with the fact that we already have our own rice in here. Why then do we import rice? Because even the government says we need to export more than we import. And if we continue to import different brands, then that means we are outclassing the marketplace, and we are definitely congesting the market that is still limited as well. But is this a viable call from the people, or was government right to continue importing rice from other countries? This is what we want to have, and we want to understand more of this particular on this morning on the SMB on ground. Barija Andrew has more of this.
Thank you very much, Jerome Paul Sonko. And today we are discussing, of course, rice in Uganda, the rice market in Uganda. You remember, as we are celebrating 60 years of independence during the independence celebrations at Kololo, Museveni urged that Uganda can now import that rice from Tanzania. And of course, now the question is the rice on the market enough? Not enough for the Ugandans to consume, that we need to import that is some from Tanzania. And of course, for so long, Uganda has not been importing that rice from Tanzania due to, of course, quite so many reasons, you know, why nations can put up some little bit of restrictions. But this is something that was okay. And also having this mind of protectionism, trying to protect the domestic, of course, traders in rice in Uganda and the manufacturers at large that's in Uganda. But of course, when I reached on ground, of course, to the people that are dealing into the rice, we want to find out whether our rice in Uganda is not enough, that we need to import that's from Tanzania. And definitely we're going to be getting a little bit of views from the people, but maybe just a little brief of the highlights. It's more like the rice we have in Uganda is actually not enough, and that's why there is need to import that's from Tanzania. And of course, this is due to various reasons, and the fact that majority of the people are being evacuated from the wetlands, and you find that some of the rice which is also grown here in Uganda is not reliable as such. And of course, this and more is coming up in the interview, as I'm going to get in touch with a gentleman that has experience in regarding to the rice and of course so many other produce. But in particular, this time around we decided to talk about rice, since President Museveni mentioned about Uganda importing that rice from Tanzania as a way to curb, of course, the shortage gap within the country in Uganda. And it's a busy day, as you can see. Of course, people wake up to work and make money, and that's what is transpiring just right here. And of course, making money is the order of the day. So I'm going to get in touch with an experienced gentleman regarding rice and produce related materials. Okay, I think let me prepare a seat here as we have an interaction. Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. Names?
I'm called Sam Kasangati. Yes, please.
Sam Kasangati. So we are talking about rice today, and according to your experience, because the president said that now Uganda can start importing rice from Tanzania. Basing on your experience, is the rice here not enough that we need to import from Tanzania, according to you?
Actually, the current rice which we have around the country is not enough. First of all, most of the rice that we are selling, that is Super Uganda, is grown in wetlands. At the same time, they are trying to discourage people from interfering with the wetland. So that thing is going to reduce the capacity of the rice we are going to produce out. That one not being enough, the other alternative would be the upland rice. But the upland rice is not reliable. The weather conditions are not reliable, and the population is very high. So that rice is not enough for us. Actually, it is this rice which has been that's rice from Tanzania which has been helping us to regulate the price of Uganda rice. If it was not Tanzanian rice, then maybe Uganda rice would be very high. But at the moment, Tanzanian rice is a bit fair. Even at the moment, Uganda rice is about to 5,000, 5,500 per kilo. Whereas the Tanzanian rice is between 4,800 and 5,000 per kilo. So that one is helping us, helping the population to survive. Exactly.
And maybe if we can look at the consumption rate of rice in Uganda, how is it like? How is it like? Is the population consuming the rice?
Actually, rice is the basic food stuff. The population consumes a lot of rice. There is no more reliable rice, more than that one on top of it. So Uganda rice is not enough. Even on the market now, I don't have the data, but the amount of rice we are producing is low. Upland rice is not reliable. That would be another alternative. It's not reliable.
So maybe, according to experience, maybe what advice could you have for government to make sure that we increase, that we don't rely on only imported rice, that we can also actually increase the value of the rice within here? And we see how. And of course, it's a busy place, like I told you, so he's a little bit transacting some few businesses, so you could understand, just in case we get a little bit delayed. It's a business hour, people are making money, it's a business day, it's a good morning, people wake up, that's to make money regarding that. But of course we are still going, continuing with the interview, and of course as he keeps giving us highlights regarding that rice in Uganda. As he said, the upland rice is not reliable due to quite so many factors right there. But still, we need to find out what could be a way out to ensure that Uganda also can import rice, not actually to stop the importation of rice from Tanzania, and we can actually have our own rice. So, Mister, we are trying to find out, since you say that the rice in here is not reliable, what do you think can be done to ensure that we have enough rice so that we don't have to rely on Tanzania's rice? Supposing it increases the price.
That question is very challenging. That one comes back to the government for planning for that program. That is not my
Okay, maybe, if I may ask, don't you think there could be competition? Because the people, the rice dealers in Uganda, say that when this rice comes in, it could outcompete, and some say that it is expensive to bring in.
I doubt whether that statement is correct. What I know at the moment, the local rice, the local production is very low. So we need to have that subsidy of importing some rice from outside. It is hard because, first of all, at the moment, if I may say, the land is not enough. The population is very high. We are close up to about 45 million. Actually, get that land for planting such item. At least maybe if they cut down the the sugarcane plantation and start planting, they'll say, yeah, maybe. But at the moment, let us rely on importing that rice.
Right. Okay, maybe as we wind up a little bit, tell us, and the tax is so high when it comes to importing that rice from Tanzania, like costs. Importation costs?
No, that one I'm not informed. I'm not aware.
Okay, because at the end of the day, if you are buying it, because we are because remember, those costs when they're importing, they come back to you, the wholesaler, when you are buying it. So let's compare the prices of the locally made rice when you go there to purchase it from wherever it's planted. Yeah? And then let's also compare the prices with the rice that is imported from Tanzania to you, the wholesaler. Which one do you think is fairer, is better?
At the moment, Tanzania rice is a bit fair. Our local rice is a bit expensive. I don't know why, because of low consumption. I can't tell. Low production, and maybe it might be of the factor behind it. But that is what is taking place so far. Our local rice is a bit expensive compared to the Tanzanian rice at the moment.
Maybe just a brief highlight Ugandan out there, like the different rice types we have, like which are locally produced in Uganda, and the price ranges. Then we also compare with the prices of the rice that we import from Tanzania.
At the moment, the prices. At the moment, Kaiso, our local car, we have about 3-4 types. Because we have Super Uganda at the moment on the market. Then we have Super Tanzania. Then we have it is about between 4,800 and 5,000 per kilogram. Kaiso is between about 4,000 to 4,500. That is the range. Now then we have upland, Uganda upland. At times they confuse it with Kaiso. It also falls in the range of Kaiso. But the production of upland is dropping down. I don't know why. And that's why the Tanzanian rice is picking up market.
Then what about the prices of a kilo of imported rice?
Imported rice. At the moment, Tanzanian rice is about between 4,000 and 4,500. I know it is between 4,800 to 5,000 per kilo. Whereas the Uganda Super is between 5,000 and 5,500. That is the range.
That's so very, very remarkable right there. Thank you so much, sir, for that good information. And of course, we've been getting some information regarding rice production. And of course, as you've just realized that the local rice, it's so interesting that it's quite expensive in terms of like cost as compared to the rice that is imported, and that's why you find that majority of the people that deal into this particular rice are forced definitely to go and engage in the importation of the rice that's from Tanzania. So you can find that that's the dilemma that is in there, and the question is, it goes back to the authorities that are responsible for this. The gentleman just made a statement that there is a question regarding the low production. Government is responsible for that, and it should take the responsibility to ensure that this is made right. Because remember, if this happens, if this trend continues, the manufacturers, the local manufacturers will be, of course, forced to close businesses, since a lot of importation is being done that's from the rice coming from the outside of Uganda. So you can see quite a great dilemma right there, and you find that rice is literally right now a necessary of course food. It's a necessity. You find that when you go to any place, you go to any restaurant, definitely that's one of the dishes that you're going to be served with that might know, okay, it's one of the dishes, let me say, that won't miss on your plate. So you find that that's very relevant right there, and it's quite absurd that actually the locally manufactured rice is much more expensive as compared to the imported rice. So this comes back to the responsible stakeholders to make sure that they make things the appropriate way, and this is made right, because once the factories close, people are going to run out of business. And at the end of the day, people are going to lose jobs, and that is going to come back to loss, of course, reducing the purchasing power they had before. And at the end of the day, it leads to increased crime rates. Those are the people that you find that they are doing really very things which are not right due to such occurrences. And also, it comes back to the Ugandan consumer right there, that you should make sure that you actually take time to purchase the locally manufactured. You support these local manufacturers because at the end of the day, maybe one of the reasons that could be why this rice, the production is down, is due to the costs, of course, being high, and the returns are less due to limited demand on the market. As Ugandans, if we don't buy this rice, we are going to affect the producers of this particular rice to make it of course, not to produce more, and that's going to compromise the quality. Maybe let me first get a brief regarding the quality of the rice, and maybe that's one of the questions I didn't ask him, because since he's experienced. Sir, maybe just one more question. Let's talk about, we are just in the finals minutes of the program, regarding the quality. We didn't mention about the quality of the rice in Uganda, manufactured in Uganda, as compared to the quality of the rice that comes from Tanzania, which is imported. According to your experience, how can you range the quality? Let's compare.
No, the quality, both our local brand is a better quality. It is on high demand because that one is called the Super Uganda. It has that scent, and then the taste is also very good. But even from Tanzania, there are different types. There are that grade which is superior, and then that grade which is average. Because they have also what they call 1-1. It is also classic. But that one is that one is expensive again. So that one is higher than our Super Uganda.
Better than us.
It is more expensive than our Super Uganda. The quality is good. Then we have the ordinary one. That one is coming from Tanzania. That is the one which is a bit cheap. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much. Yes, very interesting insight right there from the gentleman. And of course, we are trying to see if we can get in touch with some other people that can give us some more insights regarding rice. Today we are looking at rice, and I'm seeing some ladies here. Maybe they can talk something. Banyama muje baleko. All right, they're a little bit scared, which is very, very okay. Maybe let me. They told me to get in touch with the lady here. Nyabo jebaleko.
Sebo mujebaleko.
Kale nyabo amanya.
Anyango Rose.
Anyango Rose. Otunda mchere.
Alonda muchere.
Hey, okay. Kale, it's okay. All right. It's very, very remarkable here, and you can see that's what. Kambuze guno muchere chikachu guno gwe mulonda.
TZ. Yes.
Lwaki mulowooza abantu bagala nnyo guno muchere okusinga ogwaffe ogukoleddwa mu Uganda?
Super Uganda.
Okay, Kale, as you can see, that's the rice from Tanzania, the one that is being imported, and of course, one of the brands. You know, as I was interacting with the gentleman, he said there is a brand that's Super One that tries to compete with one of Tanzania's biggest brands right there regarding that particular aspect. So you find that, but still, despite that competition, Tanzania's best quality seems to be outcompeting Uganda's #1 quality. So you find that that's inevitable, that majority of the people are going to purchase the imported rice. So that is something that we may not be quite able to avoid, and very, very unavoidable. So that's what, of course, we are discussing regarding this particular topic, talking about the rice importation. The question is the rice in Uganda not enough that we need to import? And of course, it's very clear that yes, we need to substitute this rice with, of course, rice from countries. That's according to the people that are dealing into this product. And that's what we had for you on Smart Means Business on Ground this morning. I'm Andrew Barije. Let's get back to studio with Joram Paul Sonko.
All right, that's very Andrew with more of what people think about the rice market in the country. Is it wise enough to import more, or do we have a good quality rice that should only be on the market and create only room for locally produced goods as much? I'm Joram Paul Sonko, and he's Barija Andrew, who has been on ground and started with you in the news recap segment. But now we come to the end of Smart Means Business today. We've got 8 minutes to the top of the hour. And of course, it has been a wonderful time having you this morning. Wherever you are, continue driving business in all the aspects of life. Make sure you add something to your life in everything that you do. Have a blessed day. I wish you all good today. Good morning.
Countries, we've been seeing our investors in different countries hustling with some of the rules and regulation governing the country. Do you have minimum wage in your country? Because we may think that we shall find workers there, and we end up without getting anyone who can help us to do our work, because they can be expensive, which means we need to go with our what? With our labor. Will you allow us to go with our laborers, casual laborers, and others, so that we create more opportunities, employment opportunities? All you have, 40 is 98% Muslims. Do you allow people who deals in alcohol Are they allowed in your country? Because we don't want to come with our business, that whatever your businessmen come with your businesses, and we end up pouring our alcohol into the what? Into the dust. So also we need to know that. Djibouti, governed by Sharia laws, because our Ugandans, you know, we have different dress codes. Someone may come in your office when he's putting mini, and he end up suffering. So we need to know such a things. Businessmen, we need to make everything easier. One of our traders faced many problems on his way going to Djibouti. Can you please negotiate with your neighboring countries like Ethiopia and others so that they can make road transport easier and also visa to be easier so that we can travel or we can use road transport to Djibouti. Another thing, I think Djibouti must change, or they can add on their curriculum English program so that our people can get translators. Also, you know, communication is very important in business community. That's why we face a big problem in China. You may find a Chinese using only calculator to talk with you. So I think that one also will help us to do business with Djibouti. You are the government official here. We are requesting you kindly to stop disguising around like one of our colleagues here who came and tries to give us false information about free zone trade. Mr. who? Mr. Patrick. For me, I went to Mutukula in one of your free zone, but I found only 2 containers, empty containers in a free zone area and sand. Everyone, I think, who knows Mutukula, you can go there. So please, Madam Honorable, I'm requesting you to advise these people that we are not enjoying our government because of them. They are good at telling lies. We need to work like Djibouti. Now they are calling us to go and invest in their countries. But ours, you are here telling us you are working in a free zone authority, but you're not doing anything for us, and we cannot benefit from you. Next time, come with a serious business, because we don't want lies, though you're a government official.